Welcome. I'm your host, Robert Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity. Tonight we're talking about pain liberation, and it's pain management. I use the word liberation. That gives you a freedom to move away from it. And what pain comes from is emotions and feelings and previous events. We all think it's from something that occurred in our life, but it may not occur today. And a lot of things in your everyday life can activate the pain from yesterday because pain has a subconscious mind frozen in time representation that goes along with it. And we think pain comes from something that happened now. It can come from anywhere, but it's activated today. And the thing about pain is you don't have to live with it. There is ways to rise out of the pain without having to use medicine and painkillers and things like that. Hypnosis works really good with pain. Not all the time, but most of the time, hypnosis works with pain. And hypnosis is never sleep. Hypnosis is a higher awareness that allows you to communicate between your subconscious, your brain, and your body. See, that's something we've never really explored and people don't understand. You rise out of the things from your body. It's like addictions. This is just hypothetical, but addictions, they go for the mind and they go for this. Addictions are your best friend. And pain, how's pain a comfort zone for you? It's something you just get to rise to and to understand. Everything isn't about the thinking memory mind. There's a lot of stuff that goes along with pain. And something about hypnosis is it's never sleep. And one thing about hypnosis, you're relaxed, but you can hear everything. Your hearing gets better, even though guys that can't hear like me get better. And the thing about hypnosis, the client is always in control and everything is done with integrity. And everything I do with Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity is for the client's highest good. But really, hypnosis allows you to quiet down internally and allows you to communicate within yourself, and it takes down the gatekeeper. But a lot of people lack the understanding that the body is where everything comes from. And something I really want to show people and express to you. Your inner dialogue starts down here. It's what I'm starting to understand in myself. My inner dialogue starts down in my, the root chakra of the gut, and then it comes forward. And once it gets up to here, that inner dialogue can con that brain into anything it wants to. Mine's a con artist. If it was a regular person, it'd be in jail for being a con artist. And see, we con ourselves into a lot of things. And that's something and we're all used to going to the doctors for pain and drugs for pain. But you can get away from a lot of that stuff with hypnosis, alternative medicine. You don't have to go through all the stuff that legalized medicine does, because it really has a lot of different things in it. And something I really want people to understand, the definition of minds are, according to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, my mind as a noun is part of a person that thinks, reasons, feels, and remembers everything. That's why when you start going into the mind, you remember everything that occurred. You go back to it. And that's something liberation does. It rises you out of that mind. And as a verb, minds are to be bothered by something, somebody, to object or dislike something, to care about or worry about something or someone. How does that sound in your real life? Pick me. Boy, that was mine. But once you rise out of the thinking memory mind, you can quiet down. And that's why my liberating lingo of expand, energize, enterprise, experience, it rises you out of that. And when you stop using think and know in your daily life and listen for the inspiration, the wisdom, insight, clarity, to comprehend your life, you rise out of that thinking mind. But how many of you go into, when you start saying mind, you go right into memory? That is something that I woke into. And it's, for me, I can only talk about me. For me, that was very true. And how does your inner dialogue keep you thinking about the pain or all the adversity and all the unsavory stuff in your life? And once you do that, the subconscious frozen in time representations just keep bringing you everything you want about that situation, because your subconscious mind feels that kept you safe at one time. See, we're not rising out of the now. I mean, we're rising out of the past now because it's your everyday life. And when you have pain set in, what was happening in your daily life? Who was involved? And when it starts coming forth, how is that event still awake and alive inside yourself? Because your negativity, guilt, emotions, all that, everything that's creating pain and discomfort within you is activated out here, but it's all encompassed in here. Something people, are you open to understanding your body encompasses a lot of stuff? And that's what hypnosis does. It allows you to open the communication all the way through you. It's about communicating away your dismay. But we've been taught to be tough. That don't bother me, by God, because I'm a tough guy. Then as soon as you walk around the corner, you're like a wilted weed after somebody sprayed it with Roundup. You're just wilted and bent over. You know, until you're open and willing to admit your pain is embedded and encompassed within you, you're going to carry it. But the word admit to everything that occurred in your life allows you to set yourself free. And, you know, our emotions are last to be embedded, but they're the first to react or respond to an external event. But that external event you're reacting to is activated from in here. Because whatever age you were, that's why when somebody says they're acting like a 2-year-old, that's the age that event or encounter was embedded inside you. And then it becomes a frozen in time representation with really active feelings and emotions ready to respond or react to whatever goes on in your everyday life. Our subconscious mind has no sense of time. So what we think inside us is the past, but the subconscious mind actually thinks it's now. So when you really want to get rid of pain, you want to go, that's where hypnotherapy works really good on pain, because you can go back to the event and you become open and willing to communicate away all the dismay of that situation. And you also can activate the chemicals in the brain that will allow you, that are natural pain relievers within you. Your brain actually has natural brain pain relievers inside it if you can open up to it. But when you start thinking and knowing, and that thinking mind is running rat-a-tat, there's nothing helping. How many times do you just start complaining about the pain and all that? As soon as you start complaining about the pain, that pain's going to increase. Well, pick me. Hell yes, I know. You know, I used to be one of the best complainers in the world, but all complaining does is drain me of my feel good chemicals. That's why the world is so kind of in the dreary. We complain, so we drain the good chemicals that make us feel good, and we open up to the negativity within ourselves. That's a whole bunch of stuff there, and I don't want to get into. But you know, the thing about pain, you can allow yourself to communicate it away. I like the word communicate away better than release, because communicate, I feel it leave, and I can rise out of it. You know, communicate and rise to feel the fluidity of freedom within my body and see how that works. And see, when we're exposed to the negativity of the world and we have all that negativity and external images and that's embedded within our images in our mind, we bind ourselves in yesterday. And that's where hypnosis comes in. I love hypnosis, and I really like being under hypnosis because it relaxes you. It's a freedom, and you're never asleep. You're more aware than any time than you've ever been in your life. You hear things, but it allows you to give yourself permission to release and let go and communicate away all your dismay. The negativity of emotions and sorrow and sadness, depression, grief, intense distress. We distress ourselves out as a habit. Stress is basically a habit because it's a comfort zone to make us have something to complain about. I kind of know that one by heart. I never got stressed, but I sure got frustrated and angry. But something I discovered this week, I've never been mad at the world. I've been mad at myself and my abilities. See, that's the thing. There's nothing happens in the physical world. And next week, I'm going to do 3 podcasts on. One is I've never failed. The next one is I never had an argument. And the other one is rising out of the definition of insanity. Basically, that's what you do. When you hold on to pain, you're living the definition of insanity because it does it over and over again. And when somebody bitches and complains about the pain and how long they've had it and how it happened, you're just keeping all the emotions, feelings, and images of that situation alive. That's what Cowboy, and the reason I changed to Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity rather than hypnotherapy, people are addicted to therapy, and acuity allows your mind to quiet and your inner landscape become kind of inquisitive about what's going on. Chronic pain can last for years and range from mild to severe on any day, and it's commonly affecting an estimated 50 million people in the world. But I have somebody I know. They walk around in pain. I said, I can help you. I can help you communicate it away. But see, people are more afraid of letting go of the pain than they are feeling good. They act like they don't deserve to let go of the pain, and they're being punished to hold on to the pain. That's all bullshit. You really want to give yourself permission to rise out of the pain and communicate it away. And whenever somebody has something that's causing them pain and you're belly aching to your friends, you're just ingraining that pain because you're looking for sympathy. And this is something that, are you open to understanding? Negativity, stress, complaining, pain, that's all a comfort zone. It's an unrealized comfort zone, and it's a blockage, limitation, and a barrier for you to move forward. And, before I got into this, I never thought you could alleviate pain. But hypnosis actually allows you to rise out of the pain. And, the more pain you're in, the more you complain. Then you develop depression and many other things. But, something about depression, if you're open and willing, hypnotherapy will allow you to rise out of it. See, that's something about hypnotherapy. It will allow you to rise. You can give yourself permission to rise, release, and communicate away the pain. How does it feel when you say, I give myself permission to rise and communicate away all my inner pain? Because your inner pain is all within you. The outside world has nothing to do with your inner pain. That's all up to you. There's a lot of things out there, but people would rather hold on to it They let it go because they know what they have when they're in pain and anger and frustration. People will never understand what they have until they let it go. So that's what liberate pain liberation is liberating you internally, boldly energizing, rebellious, adventurous, trend setting, innovative, optimistic now. See, there's something about pain we're really afraid of is never feeling it. At least when you're feeling pain, you're in a comfort zone. And like frequent head, something I heard, I took a past life regression, and something that was said in there, but you'll have to do your own research. People get headaches and migraines may have had a past life or past incident where they got hit. Something happened. They got hit in the head or something else, or you can go all the way you want. And like the lower back, you can allow it to go because what hypnosis does is allow you to let go and rise out of the thinking of your pain. When you complain about the pain and everything that went on in your life, you're ingraining the pain as a comfort zone, and your subconscious and your inner landscape is going to think that's what you want. So they bring you more pain. Hypnosis is like a rain that comes and washes away the pain for you to feel good about yourself. But it goes into the, allows you to communicate with yourself internally. It's a liberating communication internally. And, you know, the pain we have in this world, like me, I was always taught, I have to be a tough guy. Pain don't bother me. Then a little bit later, so when you allow yourself to communicate away the pain any way you want to, but hypnosis is a natural way for you to release the pain. But it's also about unleashing the good chemicals of your brain to flow through your body. And that is something that really will make you feel better. The endorphins and things like that, you unleash that stuff and you'll feel better. But pain is something we've been taught we have to live with, and if you don't take painkillers, it won't go away. But today's society, they'd rather take the drugs that are that do more damage than do something that never hurts them or liberates them, like hypnosis. It's a simple saying: "I liberate me from me to be free." When I say that, you're free of your emotional pain, your headaches, and everything you've done in life. How do you blame the outside world and yourself? You blame the outside world and all your friends and family for your current situation, but you feel the shame internally. Life has events that are just unsavory. It's about being willing to communicate with them and communicate it away. And that's something that pain liberation is. It's about rising. How did it feel to rise out of your pain? And that's something, I don't use the word shift. I use the word rise and communicate because I want to feel good. But how do you stay stuck? And just take your parents. How do you complain about your parents and things they did, yet you stay the same? When you're open and willing to let go of the pain of your parents and understand the parents were on their own voyage. They had, well, your parents, they had their own voyage, their voyage together, and then the voyage with you. It's pretty easy to make things complicated. And the thing this world has never done is understand how to communicate with each other. That's something Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity is learning to listen and communicate with your daily life. Because when you can communicate and listen to your daily life, you stop stifling yourself in yesterday's unsavory events. See, the past doesn't exist. It's a memory of the now, but we think it's in the past, but it's being activated in your present moment. And how is your pain being activated by your daily events, right, in the here and now? That's what Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity is good. I do is I liberate pain, and I got a script that washes away the pain. There's no guarantees, but I've had very, very good results. But I really want to see people understand you can be liberated from pain by communicating it away, but understanding where the roots of the pain are. Like a lot of my stuff that I was going through for the last 60 years was rooted in my childhood. And I finally give myself permission to admit it come from my childhood. Then I got to communicate a lot of it away. That's what Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity is about, is liberation from emotions, yourself. But really, when it comes down to it, it's a simple saying: I liberate me from me, I'm free. And that's what you're doing, is you're liberating you from you when you when you communicate away the pain. I am Robert Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom Hypnoacuity, and may your life be as blessed as you are a blessing. But anyway, thank you.